Are you planning to embark on a journey to Canada with a visitor visa and a dual interest? Before you get too excited, let's dive into the complex world of dual intent. Dual intent is when you possess a visitor visa to Canada, but deep down your main objective goes beyond mere tourism. You aim to find a job and stay in this beautiful country. You might have heard the tantalizing rumors that Canada allows visitors to obtain a work permit and start working while still in the country. But before you start packing your bags and envisioning your new life in Canada, I'm here to reveal a shocking truth that many don't openly discuss. Hold on to your seats, folks, because the Canadian dream is just a subscribe button away. Join us on this journey by hitting subscribe, and together we'll unlock the secrets to success. The dream of coming to Canada is shared by countless individuals worldwide, especially after learning about the possibility of transitioning from a visitor visa to a work visa. Agents have recognized this fervent aspiration, and they're eager to seize the opportunity, sometimes at your expense. They promise you the moon and the stars, charging you substantial fees, and painting a picture of a seamless transition from a visitor to a worker in Canada. But what they often conveniently leave out is the intricate reality of this process. It's not that Canada lacks job opportunities, quite the opposite, opportunities abound. But here's where things get complicated. These agents often lead you to believe that once you arrive in Canada, securing a job and changing your status is a piece of cake. You board the plane with high hopes, but what awaits you can be far worse than you ever imagined. You've probably seen the heartbreaking news stories. Families forced to sleep on the streets due to homelessness. Shockingly, these are individuals like you who came to Canada with the hope of effortlessly switching from a visitor visa to a work visa. But here's the truth. Making this transition is often more challenging than obtaining the initial visa. They were promised a dream, but they end up living a nightmare. This is where John's story begins, a man whose aspirations mirrored the dreams of countless others worldwide. He set his sights on Canada, a place where he believed his future could flourish. But John, like so many hopeful immigrants, didn't venture into this journey alone. He sought the guidance of an agent who promised him the world, an agent who would become both his beacon of hope and the harbinger of his deepest trials. To make this journey a reality, John committed to sacrifices that would alter the course of his life forever. He sold everything he held dear back home, bidding farewell to his cherished family home and resigning from a stable job. His family's future was now firmly planted on Canadian soil. With unwavering trust in their agent, John and his family embarked on a journey that would soon reveal the true nature of their agent's promises. As they touched down on Canadian soil, their hearts filled with anticipation and excitement. Yet they had no inkling that their adventure was about to take a heart-wrenching turn. Their quest for jobs commenced, buoyed by the belief that opportunities in Canada were boundless. However, they soon discovered the harsh reality. Finding work in Canada was a far cry from the rosy picture they'd been painted. Panic set in as they watched their hard-earned savings dwindle, and looming deadlines cast long shadows over their dreams. Their initial temporary stay at a hotel became a fading memory as they could no longer afford it. Forced to leave, they found themselves in a precarious situation. With no place to call home, they joined a group of fellow immigrants who shared their plight. Families with small children, individuals who had sold everything back home, and dreams crushed under the weight of misinformation, all living on the streets or in shelters. Now, their visas had overstayed, and they were in a predicament considered illegal immigrants, fearing the looming specter of deportation. It was a haunting reminder of the desperation that had led them here. Yet their story isn't unique. It's a shared experience of countless hopefuls who arrived in Canada with dreams of a brighter future, only to be confronted with harsh realities. As we follow John's journey, consider subscribing to keep our insights within reach. Click that subscribe button if you're ready to take charge of your Canadian dreams. Now let's step into John's shoes and understand why he, like so many of you, struggled to secure a job in the land of maple leaves and opportunities. Picture this. John arrives in Canada with his family, full of hope and dreams, all drawn by the tantalizing prospect of changing their lives from visitors to legal workers. Yet, as the days turn into weeks and weeks into months, those dreams begin to wither and reality sets in. The truth is the LMIA mystery. But what is this LMIA process that employers seem to shy away from? The LMIA, or Labor Market Impact Assessment, is a critical aspect of the process. Think of it as a pre-approved work permit that employers must obtain to hire a foreign worker like John. It's like a stamp of approval from the Canadian government, indicating that hiring a foreign worker won't negatively impact the local job market. Sounds straightforward, doesn't it? Well, the devil is in the details. For an employer to secure an LMIA, they're required to jump through a series of demanding hoops. First and foremost, they need to demonstrate that they've exhausted all avenues in attempting to fill the job position with a Canadian or a permanent resident. This means advertising the job for at least a month and providing irrefutable evidence of the recruitment process. But here's where it gets tricky and expensive. Employers have to pay between $1,000 to $1,200 for this process. This price tag is a significant deterrent for many, especially small businesses or those in remote locations where profit margins might not allow for such expenditures. It's not just about the cost. It's also about the legal rules and procedures that accompany the LMIA process. Employers often find themselves swimming in a sea of bureaucracy, which can be time-consuming and demanding. This leads many of them to shy away from sponsoring foreign workers like John. In addition to these challenges, there's stiff competition in urban areas. Many individuals with legal working rights, including international students, flock to cities in search of job opportunities. This increased competition further reduces the chances of John and others like him finding an LMIA-sponsored job. The LMIA process is a significant bottleneck in the path from visitor to legal worker in Canada. It adds layers of complexity, cost, and uncertainty, making it exceedingly difficult for visitors like John to find an employer willing to initiate this process. Consequently, many find themselves stuck in a cycle of searching for jobs that are few and far between, their dreams slipping further from reach. John's journey highlights the uphill battle faced by those attempting to change their status from visitors to legal workers in Canada. It's a stark contrast to the promise of a brighter future that might have lured them here in the first place. So, John's story vividly illustrates the formidable obstacles many like him encounter. Now, let's delve into what you can do to navigate this labyrinthine system and maximize your chances of success. First and foremost, if you find yourself in a situation similar to John's, it's essential to understand that rushing into this journey is rarely a wise move. Instead, take your time and plan meticulously. Rushing often leads to hasty decisions and leaves you ill-prepared for the challenges ahead. Plan your journey meticulously. Gather your resources, both financial and informational, before you set foot on Canadian soil. It's a good idea to build a financial cushion to sustain you and your family during the initial stages of your stay. Remember, the cost of living in Canada can be high, and without a job, you'll need financial stability. Get your documents in order. Ensure your resume is not just up to date, but tailored to the Canadian job market. We have a video on our channel that guides you through this process, or you can opt for our career coaching consultancy services for more personalized help. Once you're in Canada, persistence and aggression become your allies. Understand that you're competing with countless others in a similar situation, and to stand out, you need to be relentless in your job search. Apply to as many jobs as possible. Tailor your resume and cover letter for each application, demonstrating your genuine interest and suitability for the role. Make it a daily habit to search for and apply to jobs. It's a numbers game, and the more applications you submit, the higher your chances of landing an interview. Consider targeting rural areas. Unlike the urban centers where most immigrants converge, rural communities often struggle with a shortage of workers. Employers here may be more willing to hire someone with a visitor visa and even offer LMIA sponsorship, as they're desperate for help. Casting your net wider can significantly increase your chances. But what if you don't want to go through this process alone? What if you prefer to have someone else handle the job search for you? This is where registered employment agencies and immigration law firms in Canada come into play, but there's a caveat. If you have the financial means, somewhere around $20,000 to $50,000, you can explore licensed employment agencies and immigration lawyers. These professionals often have connections to LMIA-sponsored jobs and can potentially expedite your employment process. However, please note that this practice, while common, falls into a legal gray area. Many agencies and law firms exploit desperate immigrants, charging exorbitant fees for job placements. Beware of such practices and ensure that any fees you pay are within the bounds of the law. It's advisable to seek agencies run by native Canadians, as they're more likely to follow legal guidelines. Consultation fees are legally acceptable, but excessive charges for job placements are not. In conclusion, John's journey serves as a stark reminder that changing your status from a visitor to a legal worker in Canada is far from straightforward. However, with careful planning, persistence, and a realistic understanding of the challenges ahead, you can significantly improve your chances of success. The end of John's story is just the beginning for you. Subscribe now, and let's create your unique Canadian journey. Like if you're inspired, and share this video with fellow dreamers. In closing, John's story embodies the reality faced by many who embark on this journey. But remember, while the path may be challenging, it's not insurmountable. At ImmigrationPRO, we're committed to empowering your dreams and guiding you through the complex immigration landscape. If you want to avoid the pitfalls he faced, consider our expert consultancy services. We offer comprehensive guidance on navigating the complexities of immigration, finding job opportunities, and ensuring a smooth transition to life in Canada. With our DIY consultancy services, you'll gain valuable insights and tips to increase your chances of securing that dream job. Don't leave your future to chance. Check the description box for our contact details to book your affordable consultancy packages and take the first step towards your Canadian dream. So don't go at it alone. Connect with us and let us be your guiding light towards a brighter future in Canada. Visit our website, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram for informative content that equips you with knowledge. Success is within reach, but it begins with informed decisions. Invest in your future with our consultancy services, and let's make your Canadian dreams a reality. Subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories and practical advice, and join the growing community of successful immigrants in Canada. Remember, sharing is caring. If you found this information helpful, please like and share this video with others who might benefit from it. Your journey starts with the right knowledge, and together we can build brighter futures. Thanks for watching. Bye.